A defendant is a person or entity accused of a crime in criminal prosecution, or a person or entity against whom some type of civil relief is being sought in a civil case. Terminology varies from one jurisdiction to another. For example, Scots law does not use the term defendant. The terms accused or panel are used instead in criminal proceedings, and defender in civil proceedings. Criminal defendants. In a criminal trial, a defendant is any person accused of committing an offense. The other party to a criminal trial is usually a public prosecutor, but in some jurisdictions, private prosecutions are allowed. Criminal defendants are often taken into custody by police and brought before a court under an arrest warrant. Criminal defendants are usually obliged to post bail before being released from custody. For serious cases, such as murder, bail is often refused. Defendants must be present at every stage of the proceedings against them. In some jurisdictions, vulnerable defendants may be able to access the services of a registered intermediary to assist with communication at court. Civil defendants. In a civil lawsuit, a defendant is also the accused party, although not of an offense, but of a civil wrong. The person who starts the civil action through filing a complaint is referred to as the plaintiff. Defendants in civil actions usually make their first court appearance voluntarily in response to a summons. Historically, civil defendants could be taken into custody under a writ of Caspian ad respondent. Modern-day civil defendants are usually able to avoid most court appearances if represented by a lawyer. Most often and familiarly, defendants are persons, either natural persons or juridical persons under the legal fiction of treating organizations as persons. But a defendant may be an object, in which case the object itself is the direct subject of the action. When a court has jurisdiction over an object, it is said to have jurisdiction in rem. An example of an in rem case is United States v. 40 barrels and 20 kegs of Coca-Cola, where the defendant was not the Coca-Cola company itself, but rather 40 barrels and 20 kegs of Coca-Cola. In current U.S. legal practice, in rem suits are primarily asset forfeiture cases, based on drug laws, as in the USA v. $124,700. Defendants can set up an account to pay for litigation costs and legal expenses. These legal defense funds can have large membership counts where members contribute to the fund. The fund can be public or private and is set up for individuals, organizations, or a particular purpose. These funds are often used by public officials, civil rights organizations, and public interest organizations. England and Wales. Historically, defendant was a legal term for a person prosecuted for misdemeanor. It was not applicable to a person prosecuted for felony.